Hello, my name is Zhatelier, welcome back for another episode of The Last Kingdom in Aurora, and in previous episode we were deciding on the Hand of the King claimed the Turpine system, which we are actually looking at right now. There's still quite a bit of survey locations to go through. We haven't found any more jump points quite yet, but hopefully there's at least going to be one or two extras so they can then keep on expanding from here. But that is to be seen. We completed the research on the railgun, so we could technically design our first railguns, but because we don't have the capacity text yet, I don't think it's necessarily the best idea. So we'll hold off on that. We are starting to research some of the ghost tech, just so that we can eventually get some close-in weapon systems for our civilian vessels. Not that it's going to be necessarily all that helpful, but it might increase their survivability a tiny bit. At the cost of maybe a little bit range, but I don't think that's going to be the massive problem. Right, so the cargo ships dropped their first infrastructure at the Chirfing 4. They could have 130,000 population so far, but that is not a lot, to be fair. And of course, our colony ships and the first colony fleet could carry 200,000, which we'll probably want to increase that a bit further still. Now, of course, one thing that I could do is that if I was to get the... Hold on, is it over here or... no, that's the ship cost. It's probably in logistics then. The colonization cost reduction 5%. It's a bit expensive, but that would essentially increase the capacity with the infrastructure that we have in every planet that needs infrastructure. That would be handy at some point, but there's a few things that are maybe a bit high priority right now. Right, so have we started getting any closer to getting the... No, actually there's the military... I'm going to put the automated mines up in the queue. Maybe even jump point stabilizer, so that we can start building the highway over here, and then the civilians can start bringing in stuff. Because that should help a long way. Right, so... Oh, the financial centers are almost completed. Then we'll start working on the mines, and then the mines will just start transporting over to Chirfing. Every time we get 5 of them, we'll start transporting them down this way. Although, I suppose we might get some on some of the comets and such, that we know they have decent resources. Okay, so we've got the financial centers. Are we actually... Ooh, we got a lot of wealth now, so... Let's actually have a look at that. Oh, wow, yeah, we're making a massive increase... Oh, money there. I suppose the civilians are trading even more right now, so that does make sense. Right, so are we... We're not really building a lot of ships. I suppose... Oh, first of all, I probably have forgotten to put the... Corvette again in training. I'm gonna assign you... Well, actually no, I'm gonna build another Corvette into the shipyard fleet. We'll use components if we can. I don't think there's gonna be a lot that we can take from there. We'll get another Seeker actually. Again, these are not the best ships. I'm gonna build another target actually, as well. So once we get the jump point stabilizer, we can have the target just be tied to it so it can move a bit further. And basically has a range for a lot, not enough to build the shortcut in X-Lux or X-Lux system, but... Oh, we completed the low gravity infrastructure. Okay, well, let's build some regular infrastructure again. I have a feeling that we'll need plenty of it. So we'll create that. It's going to take a fair bit of resources. We've still got a decent bit of uranium though, so that's not really the problem. Although, well, oh no, I actually have a quarter million of uranium still in here. And the fact that we are mining quite massive amounts of it doesn't really concern me. Because some of that is being used on the maintenance supply points, but that's alright. And corundium is something that we might run out, or run a bit low soon, so that's gonna be lovely. But we'll see how that goes. Oh, we did find a jump point. Good. Oh, and you are now... Did you complete your overhaul? Survey. No, you didn't. I'm just going to give you the order to do that right now. Also, do you need... No, you don't need supply points. Begin overhaul. Well, it started automatically as well. Oh well. So that was a wasted few seconds. Okay, the cargo ships are returning. I think I'm going to give the Royal Cargo orders to load up more infrastructure, quite frankly. And then take that to Turfing 4. And refuel again. So that will have... hold on. Should have about 100 and something. In 120 infrastructure after these do the second trips. Of course, the trips are rather time consuming. We got the space station completed. We started the jump point stabilizer construction. That's alright. It will, of course, take a long while to be doing anything, but that's we'll fix that eventually. Right, so deployment time exceeded on the Alexandrus ship in Ecosux. We surveyed about half of the, maybe a bit more than half of the survey locations here, but there's still a lot to research. And of course, since it's a massive system, the survey location time tends to take a bit more. Well, it's at least heading back. I haven't seen a lot of failures lately. Building construction. Oh, another colony ship has been completed. Barracuda. Overhaul completed for the... Oh, right, the religious, or the faithful. Not the religious. I mean, technically it is a religion, but still. You can now start heading back to... through Ecosux to Chuanthien. It takes 3 months to get there. That is a long time. Of course, partially depending on where the planet is when we send off. Which our current situation or location doesn't really help that. There's not that much we can do about it though. Right, so the cargo ships are still heading back. They need to do their refuels, of course. Officers... It's already January. Deployment time exceeded on the Hand of the King's survey vessels. Or survey vessel. Yeah, you're gonna do your refueling and all that. No problem. Actually, one thing that I should... Oh, another colony ship construction. I'm gonna start building some deep space tracking stations. We'll build another 5 or so at 20%. The reason for that is that we need to have some more strength here at the capital, first of all, and then of course we do need to start placing those down on the colonies that we're making. That reminds me, in here we got 80 infrastructure now, so we could technically bring in, well, with one colony ship we could bring in people here, start getting something in here, but at the same time we're just getting the infrastructure very slowly, so I think I'll just let that accumulate a bit further. Now this would require so much low gravity infrastructure that I think over here we just want to get a few automated mines to mine through the minerals in there, and over here we... Oh, we're about to run out of corundium. I don't think we have any... Second, we do have the Commerce Guild's cargo ships available for us, but I think we'll wait on using those a little bit. Commander experiences, I mean, because we don't really have any planet for them to put resources in as a payment. Overhaul completed for the survey vessel of the House Romanov. Yeah, you are ready to move out again. So you were going through Blutgang and Sulvigar to the Zona. I believe there's still plenty of surveying to do there. Problem is that it's starting to get so far that going back for refuels takes a long amount of time. So we really need to start figuring out... Also, there was a low fuel on the... Oh. Wait. Number 3. Oh, it's the Alexandrus ship over there. Well, it's almost home anyway. That shouldn't really be a problem. And it's doing overhauls as per usual. Ship construction, we got the mule. So we got another cargo ship available. Right, have we got any of the automated mines yet? We got one currently. Also, that means that we could probably build yet one more over here. But it feels like we need a lot of them. The mules, and they are relatively cheap to build. So we'll keep on pumping those out. We are actually losing a tiny bit of wealth here, although not that much now that I think of it. But it's going down a little bit now. Where should we place the cargo ship, actually? I don't think we have any, other than the... I suppose I can wait until the Hand of the King's cargo ship is heading back and we'll assign it into that one. Because they are now heading out. We'll just wait. So everyone... Right. Hand of the King, there we go, you're doing your overhaul. And I'll send you back to turfing. Now, when do we get the jump point stabilizer? That's going to be done in June. That's still going to take a while, but that's going to be the next one that is going to be completed. That's alright. We started building another tug, didn't we? We did. It's going to be completed in May next year. Okay, so we'll probably have to use the tug 1 to get the jump point stabilizer working at least a little bit. Then we're going to assign the second tug on that particular fleet. To move the station. So far, I mean, we've found some systems that have a bit promising locations. For example, the one over there. And then Juntien has some promising stuff. Ekasaxa is just so big that we don't know actually if it's promising or not. Surfing does certainly have some good stuff. Sulpikar is completely empty. Bloodgang has some comets that we actually... Let me go there real quick. Have a look at the comets that there are. We already reserved one of them. There's a lot of Vendera in that one. I'm going to put a colony there just in case. Iridium. We probably need to use some orbital miners, quite frankly, on most of these. Which means that it's probably going to be mostly a job for the Mining Guild, which doesn't have any ships yet. So that's a bit of an issue. Actually, that's something that we should probably start figuring out at some point. Although, I believe the Squire said that he'd rather prefer some tugs with the truck approach, with aka container space stations with cargo holds and such for moving things, as well as then of course the what's it called? The orbital platforms that are going to be mining platforms, that is. We haven't gotten the tech to actually do the orbital mining though. We do have the Thorin Harvester queued up. I suppose I could set up the mining module in there to the queue. So that we'll get it eventually. It's not particularly quick right now. But once we get the research speed... Actually, is there something that we could delay a little? I think I'm going to delay the... Yeah, we're going to remove one from there. We'll reassign it once we got on the research speed. Research. And I think I'm going to do the same for the Ghost Cannon there. So we'll be able to get that almost within this year, I suppose. Well, the maintenance facility... The maintenance support is rather important. So we're not going to take anything from that. I suppose I could delay the active sensors as well. So now we'll get that almost within a year. Well, actually, it's not quite within a year, is it? Okay, well, there's a delay everything except that. Right, so now it's going to be within a year. The nuclear pulse engine, I don't want to delay further though. Right, so let's actually go for turfing so we can keep track on the cargo ships. Not particularly quick. But within 2 weeks they should have unloaded the infrastructure. Barracuda Survey A2 is doing their overhaul now. They were in the new system with the name with some weird markings, which we don't quite know what it means. Mineral exhausted on Barracuda A3. Corundum. That is a bit unfortunate. Okay, now the cargo ships are heading back. I'll keep a track on them. Once the cargo ships enter Barracuda, we'll send the cargo ship that we just built recently to join the Hand of the King's cargo fleet. Back to Blue Gun. Okay, it's going to take more than a month to get in there. Overhaul completed on the explorations of the Hand of the King, the survey vessel of the Hand of the King, and the House Alexandrus. So we're going to have to send those out again. So we'll start with the Alexandrus. So you need to go back to Ekisax because there's still survey locations there that we need to go through, and you need to go through Bulletgang. Come on, there we go, and then Chirfing. Got plenty of work to do there. Might be meeting the cargo ships in the way. Or along the way. Maintenance problem on the... Ooh. We've got 165 maintenance supplies remaining, so that should be plenty. But that does mean that we need to make sure that you are resupplying at some point. Jump point detected. Tizona? Okay, that's good. But we need that, or means that this corridor is even longer. It's not particularly a good corridor yet, but who knows, maybe something good will come out of that eventually. Just started to be a bit of a long trip to go through all of that. Okay, we got the jump gate construction. So, ooh, and we started working on the military academy, good. Alright, so where's the Tug 1? There we are. Movement, fleet, space station, specific ship. Take that one. Go to the plot gun and release tractor ships. I'll start constructing that, and we can build the other side as well. Which means that that's going to free out the... Oh, actually, yeah. Well, until the jump gate has been constructed. And that's going to free up the tenders over there, so they can be moved to, for example, into Ekisax to keep the way open to Truantien, or whatever it was called. Truantien. Good. Almost remember that. Right. Oh, but I'm not in... Let's go back to Barracuda so we can keep an eye on when the cargo ships return. We can come a little closer, and then I will actually just detach that one. Fleet B Cargo 1. Join the fleet. It will take some time, but that's alright. Okay, Survey A1 cannot carry. Are you going to do your overhaul, or did you already complete it? So A Survey 1. Oh, you... No, you... Oh, you don't... Well, I suppose you could do your overhaul since you're already here. If you got back here before you had gone through all your deployment time. Okay, so the Survey 2 of the Royal Fleet is now completed order, so you need to go through Naval Ring. And I think currently, since there's not that much happening in between or before the next episode, I will probably do a bit of a time skip. Because there's still a little bit of time left in this one, but we'll go over there. So it takes 43 days to get over there. That's starting to be a bit of a long trip. Orders completed under Tug 1. Oh right, I didn't give you orders to get back. I should probably do that. Just move there, and of course now we can take this jump gate constructor and put gun, stabilize jump point, then transit, and stabilize jump point. That will take a while to get through that, but that's alright. Actually, since we have do we actually have a leader with some... Oh yeah, we got 25% extra production on the leader, or the commandos, and that means that they actually construct the gate quicker as well. Well, that's handy. Okay, so there we go. So the cargo one of the Hand of the King has now 2 ships, so that they can keep on bringing the infrastructure a bit faster. Again, it's not massive speed, mind you, but it's still better than nothing. Narca 1 has returned home. That's good. New naval officer, surely. Let's have a look at the productions real quick. So the military academy is going to take a while. The next thing to be completed is the military academy, though. We are building a lot of infrastructure. Of course, we are also transporting a lot of it away. Well, a decent amount of it away. I wouldn't say a massive amount. Okay, so the planet over here has a population of 27.5 million. Could have 28 million. My goodness. Wealth has still been growing. Ekasucks, the moon A1. What did you have? Got some minerals over there. Okay, that's not the worst. This might actually be a good place for example, the Commerce Guild, because I have a feeling that Ekasucks is going to be a good location as a between various areas. Especially for the branch of Thien, it might be a good place to trade between the capital area and that. Of course, it remains to be seen what we find there. We haven't actually surveyed a lot of the planets there. We'll mostly be surveying the... Actually, let's have a look at the Thien. Now, we did find some sorium on the C1 over there. Now, we haven't gotten all the way to there yet. It's a bit far away. And there's the survey locations closer. I'm just going through the survey locations because, frankly, that might be so far away that we can basically do a few surveys there and then we need to return. So I'm kind of waiting for the better engines so we can at least get there faster. And the better engine tech is not that far away. It's going to be done in March. And yeah, that should help a little bit. We might even increase the power on the next level of the survey engines once again. I don't want to go to a full 100% on them, at least on the Royal survey designs. If the factions want to do their own survey designs, that's fine by me. Right, orders completed. Cargo 1 has returned home. Now, I suppose I could... You know what, the Cargo 1, I know that this is going to be an overkill, but... there you are. Why don't you just go over there, load all minerals, and then unload them into... unload all minerals, there we go. Unload them over there. You don't need to refuel right now, and after that trip you probably still don't need to refuel. Well, let's see, how long does it actually take? Okay, now it's been completed. Let's have a look at the... Okay, we got a little bit extra resources, including corundium. Of course, that was all the corundium that they had there. They're still mining a little bit carbonite, titanium, and uranium. But this place is going to be empty in due time. After that, we'll just move the mines away and we'll let them produce a little bit of low-gravity infrastructure. But eventually they will meet their max capacity. Now, here they actually... Well, the workers don't pay if they don't have anything to work on. The financial centers are actually rather... Ooh, we need a new governor here. Automated assigned from the colony... Sure. Do you have wealth creation? You got extra 10%. Good. That should be rather handy. The Hand of the King cargo ships are now taking 20 infrastructure back. That is good. How many? We got what? 120 at the B4 right now. Yeah, 120. So that's enough for... We could, I suppose, send the colony 1 to take some colonists there. Of course, they might grow too quickly, but we'll load some anyway and take them down that way. Just so that there's at least something in there growing. And refuel, there we go. That actually takes a bit longer with this. I mean, the planet has moved around a little bit. So that would make sense. some point it's actually on Zona again. Okay, so there's at least 2 directions from here now. This might be kind of a crossroad. But anyway, it would appear that we are out of time for this episode, so for the next episode I will be playing through a little bit to bring you guys back into something more interesting, or once we have something interesting at hand. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.